Most soldiers resign over intimidation from superiors' investigation. The last may not have been heard about fighting troops of the Nigerian army resigning their appointments. After the 380 that dumped the service last week, citing loss of interest as many more are alleged to have indicated their decision to also exit. Citing the same reason, military sources told Saturday Independent in Abuja that there was so much disenchantment among the fighting troops following the turn of events at the front line. All these are happening as the Boko People insurgents and the Islamic State of the West African province ISWAP fighters appear to be gaining grounds, especially in the northeast, while bandits hold sway in the northwest and north central, amid pockets of other security challenges in southern Nigeria. A close look at those resigning showed that they are the non-commissioned officers, NCOs, and the other ranks in the army, who mostly constitute the fighting troops. Top military sources said these crops of troops are presently very disenchanted by their experiences at the front line, which over the years have left title to be desired. Already, those that they resigned cut across different formations and units, serving as a very bad signal to others and a pointer that all was not well in the Nigerian army. Just last week, it was reported that the soldiers wrote to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, on July 3rd, 2020, under reference NACOAS 001, quoting the harmonized terms and conditions of service. Soldiers rating Amen, revised 2017. Their request for voluntary disengagement as approved was contained in a 17-page circular from Buratai, signed by Brigadier General T.E. Gagariga for the COS. Headquarters, Theatre Command, Operation Lafiado, Borno State, the headquarters of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 to 81 and 82 divisions of the Nigerian Army and other formations were said to have received the document. A military source told our correspondents that most of them want to leave, but they are denying them the opportunity, using excuses to delay them and pulling them out of dead zones. Many soldiers will like to die for their fatherland if the right things are done, the sources stated. A former security analyst and public relations practitioner, well familiar among the security services, who just preferred anonymity, told our correspondents that the army had ignored every entreaty to do it right with troops at the front line, banking on propaganda and lies. It's bad. You can censor narratives, but you can't lie. When you start lying, you lose your credibility. I have been telling them the problems with the military is that the soldiers realize that they have been sacrificing for nothing. The military does not care. The system has failed. The analyst cited the lack of trustworthy leadership as the major challenge in the ongoing war, saying that most of the troops no longer have confidence or respect for their commanders. causing them to lose hope. It added that the troops were not happy with the overstaying of some commanders in the theater, especially those that were inflicting pains on them, as well as the continuous stay in office of the COS, General Buratai. It further said that most of those troops were not happy that they have overstayed in a dead zone, signaling that they were dumped there to face their fate, while some of their colonial leagues were granted respect. The source said that the troops, in view of their overstay at the front line, suffered health trauma and lost mental alertness as they continued to see the corpses of their colleagues rolled in from time to time. It further said that lack of motivation has brought upon them a low morale since they are fighting a war that they don't understand, with many of them complaining that the very locals they were there to protect were the same associates of Boko people and ISWAP serving as informant to the terrorists against them. Consequently, since there were no respect for them by the army headquarters, the only way left to them now was to apply for voluntary disengagement, at least as cover under extant rule, rather than running away and being tagged deserters. However, a top army commander who himself has remained in the Northeast Theater for over 4 years now dismissed the retiring troops as cowards and failures. The colonel, who did not want his name mentioned, wondered how these soldiers were enlisted into the army, saying that they never had interest in the service from the beginning. He claimed that the lack of jobs in the country must have propelled their enlisting in the army, stressing that their interest were the welfare packages, salaries, and allowances they couldn't get. The colonel insisted to our correspondent that no true soldier would take the steps these disengaging ones were taking, knowing full well the kind of profession they were called into. He said, a true soldier, no matter what, even unto death, would stay at his post. Forward ever, backward never. Thank you for listening to this news. Colonel, you are saying jargons. All you just said right now are total, complete jargons. Soldiers that are not well taken care of, yes, it is fine. They showed interest, good and fine. But showing interest along the line, they are not well taken care of, but are only used to go for war. What do you expect of them? You are only speaking because you are a colonial, and the level of threat or attack that you get is far different from the attacks that they get. What are you saying, my viewers? You can see that things are getting worse day by day. Please, the federal government to do everything humanly possible to put our Nigerian army in good position. They are the only security force that Nigeria has hope on. The other ones, to me, are babash. I cannot put my hope on the Nigerian police because they are the number one corrupt leaders, corrupt group we have in this country. So please, something should be done concerning the case of our Nigerian army. They must not continue showing lack of interest. They must not continue presenting resignation letters. My viewers, please, your comments concerning this are of great importance. Don't hesitate to leave them behind. Click on the subscription button as well as bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.